function where the degree of polynomial is 3. That means it's got 3 factors and 3 roots. It means it crosses the x-axis 3 times. We're going to look at where the coefficient of x cubed here is positive and where it's negative. When it's positive, we start drawing from the third quadrant. And if it's negative, we start drawing from the second quadrant. We draw graphs from left to right. This type of graph is y equals ax to the power of n. When n is odd, we draw the graphs from positive odd is from the third quadrant, because third is odd, from the third quadrant. And if n is even, not odd, we start drawing from second quadrant for a positive a. For a negative a, it's the reverse. So for this graph here, a is 1, b is 0, so that disappears, c is 0, so that disappears, and d is 0, so that disappears. So we only have y equals x cubed. What that meant is when we set it to 0, when y equals x cubed equal to 0, that implies that x equal to 0 3 times. 1, x equals to 0, 2, x equal to 0, 3. And that's why the curve, when it crosses this x-axis, it actually crosses it 3 times. So it goes up like that. At 0, it's crossing it 3 times. And then it goes up like that. So that's how to sketch the curve. Likewise, for this one, it's exactly the same thing, except because a is negative, so this curve is reversed. So it's crossing from the second quadrant this time, and it will cross at x equals to 0 3 times, and then change course, and then it goes down. This is a graph looking at, again, where b, c, and d are equal to 0. So we now have ax cubed, and when a is 1, this is what the green one is, a is 1. So if you change the magnitude of a and you multiply it by 5, the graph travels much faster. But when you multiply it by a half, a fifth, the graph travels much slower. And the same thing for the negative minus x cubed, negative minus 5x cubed, negative a fifth x cubed. But instead of starting from the second quadrant, it will start from the, instead of starting from the third quadrant, it will start from the second quadrant because a is negative. In this case, a is minus 1, and here a equals minus 5, and here a equals minus 1/5. Here a equals 1, a equals 5, and a equals 1/5.